Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for watching. Today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some IVF tips, some things I wish I knew before starting the process. If you're new here, my name is Angel and I share so many things lifestyle. I love to have you part of the family, so don't forget to click that subscribe button. So let's just talk about infertility. Okay, infertility sucks. There's really no other way to put it. It strains your marriage, it sinks deep into your heart, it's an emotional roller coaster. So with my husband and I's story, in vitro, also called IVF, was our only option. So we decided to plunge in and attempt IVF. In doing so, we learned that it's a draining and an emotional process, and we learned so much along the way. Looking back on the first round, there are so many things I wish I understood before beginning the process. So I'm gonna be sharing with you some things that I wish I'd known before starting IVF. Number one, patience is key. Make no schedule or expectation dates because everything, absolutely everything, takes longer than you think. It's literally a waiting game. You know, if you have to take birth control, you gotta wait to do birth control. I didn't have to take birth control, but I know some women do. You gotta wait for injections. You gotta wait for follicles to grow. You gotta wait for embryos to report. So the process can be quite long and quite slow. My biggest tip of advice is to find something to keep you at ease. Remember to relax and trust the process that you're going through. So here's something else I wish I'd known. You're gonna get a lot of vaginal ultrasounds, not just the stomach ultrasounds. No, majority will be vaginal ultrasounds. That means people going up you a hoop, and it's not always fun at all, especially when you have a doctor who's a male who sometimes just doesn't get it, but FYI, you should know that. Thirdly, you're also gonna get a lot of blood withdrawn. Yeah, so be ready for some needles and some blood sucking because it's coming. Another thing is that you may be in the situation I had and you're gonna be stuck with getting pills up your woohoo constantly, all the time. So in my, I don't think every woman gets the ones up the vajayjay, but if you are, some do and some don't. It just depends on what your doctor prescribes. But in my case, I had a lot every day, constantly having to ingest. So I was not only ingesting pills orally, I had to ingest them in my woohoo as well. Another thing I wish I'd known is the length of time that I would be taking medicine. Yes, you will take medicine for a long period of time. I did not know that. You have to take medicines to first prep your body. You will be taking medicines during as well as after the egg retrieval. And then when you're ready, if you have to do the frozen embryo transfer, if you don't do the fresh but the frozen, even when you do the fresh, you're still taking medicines. But when you're ready to do the frozen, guess what? You're back on meds. You gotta get the body prepped again. You gotta continue taking medicines after the transfer. And if you're pregnant, you continue on medicine. So, it's a lot of medicine and you're gonna take it for a long period of time. So be prepared. Mentally, physically, and emotionally prepared. Well, since we're talking about medicine, here's something that I really wish I'd known is that you're gonna get hit with a lot of needles. I kinda wish I'd had a warning, but I didn't. And that's probably, I mean, I knew I had to get needles, but I just didn't know the amount until we started our process. Just know the amount of needles you're gonna get stuck with, you're gonna probably start feeling like a druggie. It's literally the needle game. Also, you should definitely be aware of the cost of IVF. Now, a small percent of people say their insurance covers it, but the majority of people and the majority of insurance do not cover IVF. But here's something to be mindful of. When it comes to ultrasounds, you still have to pay for like some ultrasounds. Even if your insurance covers some of it, but when they give you, a lot of times when they give you the how much your IVF is gonna cost, it does not include ultrasounds, and sometimes it does include blood work. So be on the lookout for that. Ask them, does this price that you're giving me include ultrasounds, additional ultrasounds you may have to get, as well as any blood work, because a lot of times they don't. So, tip for you, always ask. So here's something else I really wish I'd known, is that you're gonna look pregnant. Yeah, it's like a cruel joke because you're not. But when you're on all the meds, your ovaries swell up and you literally look pregnant. Seriously, I did not see that coming. Like, your ovaries are huge. They can be as big as baseballs or grapefruits, like seriously. And you look, medicines make you gain weight and your ovaries make you look pregnant. Within 8 days of my shots, I looked pregnant. No more flat tummy. It was none of that. Like, so just know that. A few tips is to get you some maternity pants or yoga pants or maxi dresses. They will help to cover, you know, you looking big and make you feel better, and you'll be comfortable too. So they are lifesavers. Okay, so my last tip and thing that I wish I'd known before going into this is that expect people to say silly or hurtful things, and you're gonna have to give them grace. People don't understand IVF, and I mean, it's not their fault that they don't. It's an unnatural process, and a lot of times if you haven't went through it, you have no idea, and you may say statements that is hurtful to someone, not knowing what they're going through. If you've chosen to tell them about your journey, just know that they love you whether you choose to or not, and you're gonna have to give them a little grace because you're already hormonal, so things are just gonna hurt your feelings anyway. And when people say certain statements, and a lot of times it's your family members, because I remember one time somebody said to me something to me and I boo-hooed and cried, and it was so hurtful. They don't know it to this day, but it was super hurtful. Trust the best interest of your heart, give grace, and just know that they still love you. They just don't fully get it. So those are my tips and some things that I wish I'd known before starting this IVF journey. Now, I actually, after going through the journey, I literally created an IVF journal because it was something that I needed, and I was writing stuff down here and there, and my medications was everywhere. So I literally created the journal for myself, but I also thought that it would be super beneficial for those who are going through it. In the journal, I put in like a whole list of consultation questions to ask your doctors, things to compare clinics with, a whole medication tracker. Guys, literally, it's so helpful. It was so helpful to me. I hope that it'll be helpful to you. If you would like the IVF journal, or if you know someone going through it, grab them that journal and give it to them as a gift. They will love you for it. But I'll leave a link below in the description box. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video.